Hello everyone and welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. This is game week 6. Last week I pipped the guest Tomo 5-4 to cut the gap to 15-12. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that, but that last minute Lanzini wonder strike ruined my 3-2 prediction, which is a bit of a shame. But we've cut the gap, we're back to 3. And yeah, we're back for another week of Premier League predictions. This week my guest is Seb from SebTalksSports. Seb is a really talented journalist and podcast runner, I guess. And he is a big Sheffield United fan, so look out for his Blaze prediction this weekend. But without further ado, let's get into it.
How are we doing, guys? Seb Kennedy here from SebTalksSports, going to be predicting this weekend's Premier League fixtures with my boy Lath. Let's go.
Friday night, under the lights at Villa Park, it's your boys Aston Villa against Leeds United. First of all, Leeds, I've had a shocker this year. Every time I predicted them to get something from the game, they've lost and everything. Every time I haven't, they've gone the other way. So obviously they struggled on Monday, and the worst news that's hit this week, obviously, is they've lost Calvin Phillips for 6 weeks, who's a pivotal part in how they play. Obviously the Villa boys, we're 4 from 4, we're absolutely flying. I think sort of the acceptance that you know you're not going to play like you did against Liverpool every week. You're not going to score 7 every week, and just the ability to scrap and get a result away at a team like Leicester when you don't play your best football, and to win 1-0 in the 90th minute without Ross Barkley's strike was unreal. So we're 4 from 4. We get a point on Friday night or better, we'll be top of the Premier League, which I think you ask any Villa fan at the start of the season, they would never even dreamt about that. But look, I'm full of confidence. I think Calvin Phillips is a big miss for them. And to be honest, I see a comfortable victory for us. I'm going to go 2-0 Villa. We're going to be top of the Premier League, and we're just going to keep on rolling. Come on, the boys!
First up, we've got Villa versus Leeds. Villa obviously flying right now, 4 wins from 4, and the best goal difference in the entire league. Leeds obviously came up last year, and it may take them a while to find their feet back in the top flight. But yeah, I just can't see anyone stopping Villa right now. They are unstoppable. So I'm going to say Villa 2, Leeds 0.
Got Saturday 12:30, West Ham against Man City. Sam, what a performance against Spurs. Look, I thought even in the first half, I didn't think they played awfully. I just thought Spurs were quality. Son and Kane, just that link-up play is hard to stop no matter what sort of defensive team you have. But look, Lanzini, what a strike. Quite enjoyed that meme where it's like a photo of Lanzini going on and the guy's like with a board, yeah, just wait till the 90th minute and score an absolute banger. But that's exactly what he did. 3-0, what a point for them. Look, City, they got a really good win against Arsenal. I know it's 1-0, maybe not the most fluent of football games between those two sides, but it's 3 points. Aguero scored midweek in the Champions League, and they got a good win against Porto. So for me, I think it's a City win, even though West Ham are playing good football. But I don't think they'll make it easy for them. But I'm going to say West Ham 1, Man City 3.
West Ham versus City. Obviously, it took a Lanzini wonder goal at the death to snatch a point against Spurs last weekend. And Man City haven't started that great, especially to how we're used to seeing them start. Although they do have a game in hand, of course. And yeah, I just think City have too much firepower for West Ham right now. A bit of a fluke last weekend to get that late goal. So I'm going to say City 2, West Ham 1.
The next one is Fulham Crystal Palace. Yeah, look, Fulham continue to struggle. Obviously just picked up the solitary point last week against Sheffield United when 3 points was there to be taken, really. Mitrovic obviously missed that penalty, which was a bit of a killer blow for them. And it was a real chance that went begging, really. I think Crystal Palace is still a good side. Wilfried Zaha is obviously on good form and scoring a lot of goals. He's been shipped into my fantasy team this week for Harvey Barnes. But I think Fulham are going to really struggle, and it's going to continue this week. I'm going for comfortable Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2.
Next up, Fulham V Palace. Fulham obviously the worst team in the league right now. Only 1 draw and 0 wins from 5 games. Just abysmal. Whereas on the other side of the pitch, you've got Wilfried Zaha, who's just banging goals for fun right now. 4 goals from 5, and I think we're going to see more of that this Saturday. So I'm going to say Palace 3, Fulham 0.
The biggest game of the weekend, it's Manchester United against Chelsea. First of all, Chelsea, again, bottling it for a 3-3 draw against Southampton. They obviously then drew again midweek in the Champions League. And United, I think United are back. Look, even when, I know I said last week it was tough to bet on them, which I thought was fair because they weren't playing good football, but I knew that their run of struggles wouldn't last long because you don't play as well as you did at the end of last season with no changes to that side and suddenly you just become a bad football team. Like, that just doesn't happen. They just had a bit of a rut. And look, really good win against Newcastle last week. I know they left it late, but they played some good football. And obviously that win against PSG on Tuesday night was phenomenal. I thought they were really, really good. I thought they were better than a 2-1 victory, to be honest. They deserve more than that. Rashford like a real spark up top. And I've said it ever since I've seen him play football, especially at Villa. But Axel Tuanzebe is a class centre-back. I know we've got a few options at centre-back and people think this is an outrageous statement, but I've said it for years. I genuinely think he could play for England. He's such a good centre-back. He's athletic, he's quick, he's strong. Like, he's everything you need, especially if you're going to partner him up with Maguire in that centre-back partnership, who needs a sort of bloke who is good on the ball and has a bit more speed to sort of cover those balls over the top. I think he's the perfect fit. United are going to continue their run. They're going to win 3-1.
Man United versus Chelsea. 2 big clubs in need of a big performance this weekend, particularly United, although they have got a game in hand, of course. Bruno Fernandes with 5 goal contributions in 4 games already this year, but I think that Chelsea are going to throw everything they have at United, and I think it'll be a close one. United 1, Chelsea 1.
And to finish Saturday night, we got Liverpool Sheffield United. Fair play to Liverpool getting that win away at Ajax. So that was a really good performance. I didn't have them winning that game, so fair play to them. They stepped up and did the job. And look, Sheffield United are struggling. Obviously, they got Brewster coming in. Will he cause a spark? Hopefully, for their sake, because I do like Sheffield United and Chris Wilder, but not this week. Comfortable win. Could be a real humbling, to be honest. I've got Salah as my captain this week. I've changed it from Kane. I fancy him to get a few, maybe a hat-trick. So I'm going to go Liverpool 4, Sheffield United 0. Sorry, Seb.
Okay, next up, Liverpool versus Sheffield United. My boys right there. And I'm scared about this game, to be honest with you. We have looked so woeful to start the season. Obviously 19th in the league, and we've just fallen from the heights that we reached last year. And I think Wilder's got his work cut out for him, especially this weekend, with Mane and Salah up front. I mean, they are just on fire right now. Hopefully Brewster can give us something going forward, but I can't see anything other than a Liverpool win here, I'm afraid. I'm going to go Liverpool 3, my Blades 0. Sorry, guys.
On Sunday, we've got Southampton Everton. Obviously, Everton high-flying. Team to beat at the minute, really. Looking real good going forward. Look, Southampton, they've done all right. They obviously battled hard last week to get that point away at Chelsea. And they're a tricky opposition. I know I've said they're the mid-table team, but that's what they kind of are. And they're a tough team to beat. Especially at St Mary's. I think it'll be tough for Everton. I know they've got a lot of quality, but I could see them dropping points here. I can see Southampton really sort of frustrating them for 90 minutes. Obviously, Everton will be the better side, I think, in terms of quality, but Ings is such a good option up front that you give him a sniff and he'll score. So I'm actually going to say Southampton 1, Everton 1.
The first of the Sunday games now, Southampton v Everton. Obviously, one of the stories of the season so far is Everton. Top of the league, unbeaten through 5, and our lad, Calvert-Lewin, is banging goals for fun. And I think that's going to carry on happening. Southampton 0, Everton 3.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, Newcastle United. This is a really interesting game for me. Wolves weren't at their fluid best against Leeds on Monday, but they got the result. That's the most important thing. They got the 3 points. Newcastle, obviously, I know it says 4-1 against United. United were the better team, but if you look at it as well, there was also 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. So they've held a good opposition real close at home. So Steve Bruce continues to do good things there. And look, Nuno's obviously seen as a bit of a saviour in the Wolves fans' eyes. So 2 good managers coming up against each other. I like the look of Podence. I know he came off after 65 minutes, but he looked good for me. Wolves 2, Newcastle 1. Look out for Max Kilman as well. Really, really good young centre-back who could be the next big thing.
Wolves v Newcastle. Wolves obviously knocking on the door of European football right now, but Callum Wilson, what an addition. 4 goals in 5 games with just 20 million. What an absolute steal. But I see Stevie Bruce and Nuno sharing the spoils here. Let's say Wolves 1, Newcastle 1.
And then to finish Sunday night, Arsenal-Leicester, what a cracker this could be. Obviously we know Jamie Vardy's not going to be playing in this game, which is unfortunate, but James Maddison is playing. He looked really good this week on Thursday night against Lawyer Luhansk, or Zahansk, I can't remember exactly how you pronounce their name, but yeah, he played well. Leicester played well as well. Harvey Barnes had a really, really tidy finish. And look, I know we beat them last week, but Wesley Fofana looks like a really good addition at centre-back. Young Frenchman who's got a lot of talent, and Brendan Rodgers really likes from the sounds of his interviews, etc. So he could be a real good addition. And Arsenal obviously didn't get the result they wanted against City last week, but they got hard-earned 3 points away at Rapid Vienna this week as well. So it could be a tight affair. I think it could be a bit cagey. Leicester were cagey last week without Vardy. I think they just lack a sort of that direct option. Arsenal 1, Leicester 1.
Arsenal v Leicester, probably the best game of the weekend. Arsenal were obviously bettered by City last week and lost 1-0, so they're looking to get back to winning ways. But Leicester, they've just looked incredibly impressive again to start the season. Vardy's already on 5, and it looks like Brendan Rodgers has built a sustainable formula at the King Power. I'm going to say this is another draw. Arsenal 2, Leicester 2.
Brighton, Hove Albion against West Bromwich Albion. I think West Brom struggling still. Hard to see them really turning a corner. And Brighton, I still think Brighton have been unlucky. I think they're a good football team. Obviously they drew against Palace last week, but I thought they deserved more. Alexis McAllister got his goal, who's a real nice addition off the bench. Obviously they've also got people like Connolly that are coming off after 70 minutes. And yeah, I think Mawape will get a goal this week. Brighton 3, West Brom 1.
On to Monday, Brighton v West Brom. 2 teams obviously struggling right now with a combined 1 win from 10 over the first 5 weeks of the season. I think it's going to be a close one, but I'm going to say Mapai goal, Brighton 1, West Brom 0.
And to finish the week, Burnley against Spurs. Look, Burnley's troubles obviously continue. They couldn't even get 3 points against the Baggies. And yeah, I just don't know really what to say. I feel for Sean Dyche again. No additions this transfer window. They've had a lot of injuries. I obviously do like their team. I think they've got some quality, but I just don't see it being enough against a Spurs side who were unfortunate to draw last week. Obviously they were a bit unlucky with the second goal. Lanzini strike, there's nothing you can do. But yeah, they've got so much quality. Son and Kane in the fantasy team, hopefully get some more points for them, but comfortable win for me. Burnley going to get 1. They'll get 1. And Spurs 3.
And finally, Burnley host Spurs. Spurs obviously blew that early 3-0 lead last weekend, so you're wondering how they're going to approach this game mentally. Are they going to be up to the task? But Kane and Son just look on too good form right now, and they're too hot for Burnley's defence to handle. Burnley 1, Spurs 3. Those are my predictions, Lath. Let's see how we get on.
That is it for my predictions. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have liked it, leave a like and comment whatever you want to see next on the channel. And hey, a subscription would be nice as well if you could do that. Gonna say if we can get to 250 subscribers before my birthday, which is November 10th, that will be a good way to celebrate the 21st. So if you guys can make that happen, that'd be awesome. But other than that, that's it. Make sure you tune in Friday night to watch the Villa boys, even though it's pay-per-view, which is a disgrace 3 weeks in a row. Up the Villa.